Hey everyone, it's Zach here, and thought I'd explain to you guys the heating situation out here in the garage. I don't know if I really touched on it too much. So, XL Energy had some big issue down in Texas. I think it was due to the hurricane, and I guess because we're all on this group grid, we're all getting charged a lot of money to help repay that, which, if you ask me, that doesn't sound very right, because I think that's the business's responsibility. But beyond that, that's my understanding of why everyone's electric bill around here, or that's on XL, their rates have like doubled, if not tripled. So our rates are over double. And last year, you guys know I installed the 7,500 watt electric heater, and my bill summer winter was about the same, running the AC in the summer and then running this in the winter. I had figured it out. So that heater is 7,500 watts, and if it was running on high for a full hour, it cost me like $7.15 an hour, which sounds like a lot. But once the garage gets up to temp, which really doesn't take very long, because you guys have heard, I got like 3 feet of insulation in that ceiling. I pumped a lot in there, probably more than what's good, but it's almost to the peak. But I wanted it warm in here, and it's nice and warm in here when it wants to be. So, anyways, that was last year's rate. So this year I maintained a 50-degree temperature in here for a few months, and we had a cold winter this year. I mean, 20 below was pretty consistent. It's got to be one of the coldest years on record in a while, and it just got too expensive. The bill was like $550 to run that thing, and a couple months of that, and it's like, yeah, we're shutting her down. So I shut it down. Our next bill was $315 or somewhere around there, and we've been like Scrooge with the lights inside. I mean, out here we're running lights, but you know what I mean. We have built-in lights in the ceiling, like those can lights. They're LEDs, but we have like 6 of them in the living room, and I think 6 or 8 of them in the kitchen. And we went and got some lamps and put them on our thing. We're running like 2 little light bulbs in there at night. It's 300 and something bucks. So what I want to talk about though with that is, I don't have an issue. I like the electric heat, honestly. I probably installed electric heat in here for about $350, and that $350 would cover like the piping install kit for a propane heater. I mean, I saved a lot of money initially by doing this, which, I figured it offsets the cost of the big natural gas one and having someone come out here and install it. And, it was just a way simpler process. But what I'm doing now is I'm just running the big buddy out here, and I thought I would tell you guys a little bit about the math of it, because actually it's pretty efficient. So that 20-pound tank I can have filled up. It's a set price at the hardware store of $12. Empty, halfway full, it's $12. So yeah, it's $12 to fill that tank. In a 20-pound tank, there's 5 gallons worth of fluid, 4 to 5 gallons worth of fluid. And that's kind of dependent. They're weighted, and if the metal's heavier, then the propane amount will be lighter. So 4 to 5 gallons worth of fluid. And in 1 gallon of propane, there's almost 100,000 BTUs of energy. The buddy heater on low is between 5 and 6,000 BTUs. I can't remember what it is on medium. I'm going to guess. It's in that 8 to 10 range. And on high, I don't know the exact number, but I think it's probably around 15,000 BTUs on high. But what that means is if I run this thing on high, what is that? 15, 30, 60, 90. So I can get 6 hours, a little over 6 hours of that thing on high for 1 gallon of propane. So then if there's 5 gallons in there, that's 30 hours of this thing running on high for $12. What is that? 30 to 50 cents an hour? That's super cheap. Super cheap. And propane is expensive, they say, but I think it's pretty cheap right now. So the unfortunate thing is, this works fantastic. I stand by it. get your legs by it. It's more than enough to keep me warm out here. But the reason why I like to maintain 50 throughout is the tools. So when I'm grabbing a tool, I don't know what the temperature is in here at this very moment. It's been a nice day. I think it was about 30-something degrees outside all day. Yeah, it's like 34-ish in here, which is nice. But it was about that same temperature outside. But when it's 20 below out, like for the last 2 or 3 months, it's been like 20 below. In here, it's probably 20 above. And there's a difference between 30 degrees and 20 degrees. 30 degrees, you can work out here. 20 degrees, it's cold. All the tools you're grabbing, they're 20 degrees. Steel tools. I mean, that sucks. So, your tools are cold. All your stuff freezes. Like all of your different like Windex or like this Spray 9, right? It all freezes, which kind of can be a hassle. And that's why I like to keep everything at 50 because it's like perfect, right? You can work in like a sweatshirt or even a t-shirt, and if you want to bump it up to 70, it takes 10 minutes, and everything's up temp. Not very much energy consumption there, but I just thought I'd let everyone know. So that's kind of the breakdown here. So on low at 5,000 BTUs, I think it's like 5,500 or somewhere around there, but we'll just say 5,000 for an easy math. And there's 90,000 BTUs in a thing. You can run it 18 hours on a gallon if it was on low of propane. So, that's 18, 36, 72. I'm going to lose my math real quick here, but that's probably 80 to 90 hours of runtime, if I have that right, on low for 5 gallons. So I guess the way to go would be to get like a 100-pounder and set it just outside the wall, and then have the buddy in here. And, next year, we'll see how the year goes, but I really want to make a wall here. If not a wall, like a big, heavy rug or fabric-y thing. It's hard, though. The ceilings are 13 feet high. Oh, yeah, and if you're wondering the size of the garage, that door is 20... What is a standard door? 24? No, 16-foot door, 24 over. There's this bump out here, which is the mudroom. But essentially, we're working with 32, 24. This little bump out eats some space, but 32, 24, and then 13 feet high ceilings, which are a little bit higher than normal. Normal would be 12 or even 10. But it's a lot of space to heat up, But I want to make a wall here that's big enough to drive a vehicle through, because I'm always driving through here with the trailer and the truck or the van. So it has to have a big swing door, big enough for a vehicle and tall enough. But then being able to heat just this back area, because this is where I spend all of my time out here at night when I'm working on stuff, is right back here. And then, this space here would be... It's probably 8 feet, so maybe a 10 by, we'll just say 24, so 240 square feet. This thing could definitely probably heat that, throw her on high, and I got the fan here, but we'll see. Should probably just move down to Florida, save myself the headache. But yeah, it's just, I always have a lot of projects out here, and they honestly... They're working on small engines is really too easy maybe for me to say, but you have to remember it and you have to work on them quick. So I got the backpack blower, both of those boat engines, the auger, the chipper, the Argo engine, and I just finished up a couple other ones. I got 2 sitting outside right now. All of them are in different states of repair, and so I got to keep on them, otherwise I'll forget about the small little details. But anyways, my battery's going to die, so I got to go. But that's kind of, I wanted to just explain the math so you guys understand. Propane, although it's expensive, is by far cheaper than a heater like that. And would be even better, but insurance doesn't cover it. So you burn down your house, you are SOL on a wood burner. Anyways, I'm going to head in, charge my phone. But thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll talk to you later.